Next up on Howler for an hour, it is Flat Earth Simulator.
Since the Victorian
there's an intro.
Age, humanity has given in to the illusion that there is a natural world which can be measured and understood, and through close observation, a resemblance of natural truth can be gained. Every corner of the world needed to be measured and catalogued. Through the times of further industrialization and the development of our modern society, many deemed truths of bygone eras irrelevant and dangerous, so they discarded them without asking. On the other hand, they accepted truths from periods more aligned with the political landscape of modernity without question. One question nobody seemed to pose and no one ever again seemed to doubt was the shape of our world. Although our daily experiences do not suggest that the Earth is a globe, everyone seemed to just believe it as a fact. Until one brave American decided to research matters more thoroughly. Samuel Rowbotham, also known as Parallax.
Rowbotham?
Why has modern science failed to recognize the true shape of the Earth? Don't astronomy and the space programs clearly disprove what humanity believed in for centuries?
Why was that satellite made out of gold
Flat
aluminum
Earth theory
foil?
states that modern science is ill-equipped to answer the question because of zeticism. A zetetic forms the question, then immediately sets to work making observations and performing experiments to answer this question. It turns out, we have been asking the wrong questions all along.
That is the surprisingly well scripted intro to Flat Earth Simulator. So this game, you may be wondering why the hell I'm playing this. Well, you ever run into a game on the Steam store page and you wonder to yourself, is this a parody or is this actually serious? I couldn't figure that out with this game, so I needed to check it out. I believe, actually, right. This is my opportunity to go actually explain a few more things actually from the Steam page. Let me go to the Steam page for a second before we play anything here. The creators of this game, developer / publisher, The Truth Tellers, right? And the description: is the Earth a globe? Why do you think that? Is your everyday life confirm that fact? Explore the alternative of the Flat Earth Simulator, an interactive simulation of the day and night cycle on a flat Earth, with information waypoints all over the Terran plane. Warning, the following presentation might include information that is highly contested by the established consensus. The information will be presented as it stands by the Flat Earth Society. This game stands in no association to the Flat Earth Society or any organization promoting the Flat Earth theory. It is created by an independent team of free-thinking individuals. I couldn't tell if this was a fucking parody or not, so I want to check it out. So, as the way I'm wording this probably makes it clear to anyone that isn't aware, I do not subscribe to the Flat Earth theory, namely because it's actually provable that there's a... Nothing makes sense if Earth was not a globe. And also, the Flat Earth theory basically banks on the idea that literally all footage, information, distances traveled, etc., both via travel on Earth and out of Earth, and all photographs taken on Earth, out of Earth, etc. The theory banks on all of that being faked, doctored, etc., which is such an overarching multinational effort to like fake such a thing that it's impossible. So, yeah, I don't think I really need to establish why I think Flat Earth is wrong, but there's a little bit before we begin for anybody who pops up wondering, you know, why do I think it's wrong? Because there are, in fact, a lot of people, unfortunately, that subscribe to the Flat Earth theory. Despite... And honestly, anything where you start saying, well, there's a ton of conspiracies and the government's blocking all sorts of things. Well, don't get me wrong. Governments are shit sometimes. But they're not so well organized and so on each other's sides from different nations that they could pull off a conspiracy like that and several other conspiracies. Are there conspiracies? Possibly. I don't know. but I can definitely point out the ones that can't exist, really. I'm part of the Fat Earth Society, said Hyper. Yes, that's it. I'm also part of the Fat Earth Society. I think a lot of satellites have a fisheye lens. They do, I think. I think that's for visibility's sake. I can't remember. Next clue in 8... Wait, hold on. Down the corner it says next clue in 877 seconds. What? Okay, let's take a look what we got here. So we got waypoints. Sun size? Oh, God. I am going to burn everyone. It's fine. Moon size. Okay, so wait. I can, like... Oh, I can, like, affect things. So, okay, let's look at the waypoints first. I'm kind of curious. Can I... What are these down here? Can I use scroll wheel to zoom? Okay. Right. Ooh. How would how does like, one question to consider is how the fuck would the atmosphere stay if the Earth was flat? It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Okay, can I, like, interact with these, get information? Photo mode, sure. I don't even know what this actually entails as far as a game. Hold right mouse button to aim. Hold shift to speed up. Why does this seem to have a lot of work put into it? Okay. I mean, unless you start zooming in real close, at which point you can tell they just kind of... Okay, it doesn't also look that bad, though. I have one simple question. Another problem with the flat Earth thing is that I'm pretty sure Europe isn't directly neighboring North Africa. But, you know, at least not in this way. Also, I just wanted to ask a simple question. Like, when I zoom in on Europe, oh, it, like, filled in a bit. It actually increased in detail as I zoomed in on it. Okay, previously it looked really, like, shiny. Like, slick. It was goopy. So what happens when it travels past the edge? Well, the snow just kind of melts off the edge, you know. Oh, look, there's an underground. See, look, the Flat Earth Society probably exists because everybody wants to think there's a cool upside-down world. I don't know. It's like the one... Cool upside-down world. Alright, so... Also, the South Pole doesn't... Here's the other problem with Flat Earth. There's Antarctica. All the way around the ring. Antarctica literally makes no fucking sense with the Flat Earth theory. Despite, I mean, a lot of things don't make sense. But just think about Antarctica for a second. Think about how people actually... Here's the thing. Well, Antarctica is the least populated location on, like, human populated location on Earth. There actually are permanent research stations in Antarctica and stuff. They've been doing a lot of stuff down there. And, you know, if this was actually how Antarctica was, a lot of what they are doing down in Antarctica wouldn't even make sense. So... I don't think I'm just kind of, like, lazily defending, you know, not flat Earth theory as in it's a globe theory, because it's not a theory, it's a fact. That's the thing. I don't even care to really defend this because it's so obviously... Oh, is that a boat? No, it's an island. What is this, Hawaii? Actually, I don't know. Probably. Wait, what the hell? Where is North America? And Hawaii is there? Okay. Flat Earth just distorts the shit out of things. Where's the North Pole? That, I guess? No, that kind of looks like Greenland. It's just kind of amazing to me. So here's the question, though. Here's what we're trying to determine with this game, guys. Is this game serious? I'm feeling like it is now, but I'm not really sure. It's mostly because of that intro. Oh, hey, it's the aluminum foil. Look at this. Look at this Look at the satellite. It's like, oh, how can we make the satellite work better? I know, covered in aluminum foil and then spray painted gold. It'll work much better that way. Like, what the fuck? Conductivity of gold, right? I don't know. Why does it look so crinkly? Why is it so crinkly? The thick earth theory? Oh, yeah. How about the docks earth theory? That's the theory that I ate the earth and it's in my belly. Is there anything else if I, like, leave? What if I just leave the solar system? What are the... Wait! Do flat earthers think all other planets are flat? I never thought about this before. Are they like, yeah, Mars is flat too? Or do they only think Earth's flat? How does this work? Because when you look at other things like the moon, you can tell they're not flat, so... Wait! Of course they don't! Look at, even in the simulator, the fucking... Look at the moon. I didn't even realize. The moon's a fucking sphere. What? Wait. So they believe literally every other planetoid and planet is a sphere. But not Earth. That makes even less sense even under their own theories. Why the fuck would Earth not be like every other planet, planetoid, etc.? When they're like, oh yeah, well, Mars is round. That's right, but not on our Earth. It's like, what? What? How does that make any sense? That's literally like... What the fuck? That's... Okay, look. Flat Earth stuff was pretty dumb before. But now that I just realized that they accept other planets breaking their rules, I don't fucking even know, man. That makes my brain hurt more than before. At the very least, factual consistency would dictate that if one thing is shaped like a thing, and then 700 other things are shaped like a thing. Like, we can observe not only the planets, including Pluto, because Pluto used to be a planet, sad planet. But most of the planets that even just our solar system, a lot of them have moons, more than one usually. So there's all sorts of planetoids to observe just in our solar system, and they all agree that those are going to be spheres, and they are spheres. Wait. So I guess, okay, so wait. That means, that's even weird, because that means, like, if somebody, like, is like, hey, a scientist took this telescope picture of Mars and it's round, they're like, yeah, that's understandable. Mars is round, you can see there, it's round. But then if that same person says, hey, the scientist also, like, got a telescope away from Earth and took a photo of Earth and here's it's round, that flat Earth would be like, well, that's obviously a hoax. Okay, then why wasn't the other stuff a hoax? Why wasn't Mars being round a hoax? Oh, wait. You mean that the weird gold tin foil thing is actually realistic? Granted, I did know there was like a foil-like substance used on some space technology. I just didn't think the satellites were absolutely covered in it and it was gold. And maybe that's realistic. Maybe that, of all things, is actually realistic. I don't know. It's actually quite an accurate portrayal. That concerns me in a way. Because if that's an accurate portrayal... This game seems to have a lot of work put into it then, which means that it's probably not a parody, huh? Alright, let's save photo mode, because I'm kind of curious. So how do waypoints work? Bloom effect. Oh god, no. Bloom effect, also known as... I'm sorry, I got a bunch of water on the camera lens. Also, I smudged a bit. Sun rotation speed, what? Whee! 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 Woo! Exciting. Okay, well, obviously what we need to do is sun big, moon big, sun close, moon close, and now we're dead. Whee! The sun's just gonna sweep across and just melt everything, it's fine. That's a quick way to dry out the Earth. I'm generally scared that after hundreds of years, people living in the proposed Mars colony will think Mars is flat. Give it time. Give it time. Alright, bye. I'm gonna just put the sun back down here and, like, make it... Actually, also, I kind of like science, so I'll also comment on, like, the simple act of how planets rotate around the sun. This flat motherfucking Earth would not do so. It doesn't have the right surface area to have gravitational pull the same way. If anything, it'd be yeeted like a frisbee out of the Milky Way. I think that's the best case scenario it would have. If it even gets much affected at all. Flat Earth. So, is this game... What do you guys think, though? Here, let me actually... You guys need to help me out, actually. I'm going to require you guys in the chat to help me research this a bit. Here's the page for it, right? Here's the Steam page. Take a look at that. Take a look-see over that. I looked at it earlier. And let's just consider if these guys are serious or not. I feel like somebody could be pulling a gigantic jape still. Like, maybe they made a company just for this game, and they sold it knowing that people would be like, lol, what the fuck? And then they buy it and they make a bunch of money. So this could be a completely cynical cash grab meme attempt, but I can't quite tell. I'm going to slow things down again. Alright, there we go. This game is a joke. Yeah, but is it a joke or a joke? You know what I mean? So, there's waypoints here, by the way, but I don't know how to interact with them. I thought you could click them. But, well, we're going to get a clue in 200 seconds, so I guess I'll figure out what that does. Like, the sun and moon are obvious waypoints, but there's all these other ways. I think there's a way to see information. I just don't know how to do it. Like, I'm pretty sure that there's, like... Part of the reason I was interested in this game, I think the Steam page indicated there was, like, facts I could read. Facts. Quote-unquote facts that I could read over. Yeah, there's stuff I wanted to read. How do I get to it? Discover hidden clues. Oh... Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. 6 waypoints to discover all aspects of the flat Earth. Yeah, but what do I do with these waypoints? I've tried clicking them. That doesn't do anything to them. Right click, left click. What the hell is that over there? Oh, it's like I thought it was like some magical. I thought there was a magical. Look at this here. I thought that was like some sort of magical fairy dust or something. Which, to be fair, they might believe in that too. I don't know. Yeah, waypoints, huh? Can you zoom in? I'll zoom in a whole bunch and see if that does anything. I mean, I already zoomed in on that. Well, actually, no, I was in photo mode when I did that. There's like a... It's hard to see, but there's like a bar going through this. Also, I can't zoom in anymore. That's the maximum zoom. There are little things at those waypoints. Like there's a little bubble there. You see it? What's over here? Then. Oh, can't quite tell. There's a limit to how much I can like rotate to. We should all take note that flat earthers refuse to even accept the Earth is not the center of the solar system. Oh right, that's their logic as to how the Earth doesn't get yeeted off by like a frisbee by the sun's gravitational pull. It's because they believe that the Earth is the one with the gravitational pull. I guess that's also their logic. I guess that's also their logic as to why everything else is a planetoid but not Earth. Because Earth is special. Yeah, there's no way that a flat Earth would actually create a gravitational pull, even if it was like the size and density of the sun. It would be that gravity would be too spread out to actually make any difference. There'd be a lot of gravitational pull like off the top and bottom, right in the middle. So anything directly above or below would be getting quite a strong gravitational pull under those circumstances. But you'd have practically nothing at the edges, especially not whether it's above or below or to the side. It would be very weak there, meaning that Meaning that because of the shape of flat Earth, if it were to gravitationally pull things, all it would really do is pull shit into itself and to get blown up. That's all it would really... Job 38:5. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? Wait, hold on. You're going to quote biblical stuff at me? This was a clue, by the way. A clue? Do I have to solve a puzzle? Maybe that unlocks the waypoints? Okay, hold on. Hold on. You want to bring the Bible into this? Alright, hold on. Look, dude. Caleb had to be a Christian for a while, so I actually know the Bible fairly well. So 1 second. Wait. Just a minute. I'm gonna pull up. Here's the thing about the Bible. Whenever you hear a Bible verse, always check it between different versions. Because sometimes a lot of assholes out there, a lot of asswipes, whether it's just a bad pastor or just some people wanting to quote something to defend their point, will pick the exact version of that biblical quote that best pertains to what they want to say. So the best thing to do when somebody does that is to read multiple versions. So for instance, the New International Version is kind of a classic, I guess. It's not always the best, but that's actually the one they actually used the New International Version, right? Now let's see, which one is the version that... King James Bible is my favorite because it talks like ye old English. Who hath laid the measures thereof, if thou knowest? Or who hath stretched the line upon it? King James Bible is the greatest one if you just want to be a thespian. It is interesting. I actually kind of prefer the King James version of this one. But also, context is useful. Bringing one single biblical verse out of the whole... Let's read all of Job 38 up till that. So let's see. So the Lord spoke... Okay, so I'm just going to read the international version since that's the one they're using here. Then the Lord spoke to Job out of the storm. He said, Who is this that obscures my plans with words without knowledge? Brace yourself like a man. I will question you and you shall answer me. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? On what were its footings set, or who laid its cornerstone? While the morning stars sang together and all the angels shouted for joy. Who shut up the sea behind doors when it burst forth from the womb? Who, when I made the clouds its garment and wrapped it in thick darkness, when I fixed limits for it and set its doors and bars in place? When I said, this far you may come and no farther, here is where your proud waves halt. I could keep going and going, but this is basically God just telling Job, hey, bitch, you think you know shit? Bitch, you weren't there for this. God's kind of an asshole in the Old Testament. I don't really like him that much. But anyways, getting back to that one line, 38:5. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? This is a nothing. This is a nothing Bible verse. Like, first off, it's dumb to use the Bible to state a factual point. Unless that point is like, Jesus' teachings about morality, because they're generally good. Like, fucking be nice to each other, don't be a dick, and don't judge people. Stuff like that is good life advice, but that's not really hard fact advice. It's life advice. So when you discuss hard facts and you involve the Bible, that's misstep number 1. Misstep number 2, well, this has nothing to do with flat earthing. This is just God just saying, well, you know how this was designed, you know how that was designed, you know how that was designed. And I guess the flat earthers are going like, ooh, look, see, God even said you don't know how the earth's designed. So back in the Old Testament, a long time ago, so that makes our theory correct. What? I don't... Okay. Did I just unlock another clue? Or am I still waiting on that? I'm not sure, actually. Probably waiting still. If I did, it overlapped and I didn't see it. Old Testament God wasn't very nice. So I know there's supposed to be... Let me show you guys a screenshot of what I'm trying to figure out. Maybe you guys can help me figure this out. Because there's definitely more I can look at. But I don't know how to access it. I believe it has something to do with the waypoints. But let me show you. I want to read this stuff. I want to read it and make fun of it. But anyways, like here, for instance. There's some sort of info card demonstrate here. You can see it. Well, sort of see it. Come on, stop it. There you go. So, like, there's supposed to be a thing where I can, like, pull up information, and read it and stuff. But I don't know how to access that. And the hint wasn't very useful. Was that a hint for a puzzle? Was that what I was supposed to take away from that? Who fixed its measurements? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? Click resume? What resume? Resume. What did I resume? Ah, you did. You figured it out. I did not think about that button. Thank you. The sun. Let's talk about the sun.
The sun.
Yes.
The sun is a revolving sphere.
No. I don't need you. I want to do this myself. Can you fill in slightly faster? Okay, I guess not. All right, good point, though, guys. Good point. So, the sun is a revolving sphere. It has a diameter of 32 miles. It is located approximately 3,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. The sun's area of light is similar to a spotlight or of a searchlight. What? This means that only certain portions of the Earth are lightened at a time. I mean, technically true, I guess. Kind of weird to call a glowing sphere that shoots light in every direction as a spotlight, but okay. It also describes how night and day arise on a flat Earth. Do you guys realize that an actual spotlight requires like a banding of the light down a corridor, like you have to like control the light to get a spotlight, and if it's just a glowing sphere, it's not a spotlight. But I see why you're trying to make that argument, flat earthers, because if it is a spotlight, then you could explain why parts of the Earth, flat Earth, can be illuminated while other parts can be dark. Because if it wasn't a spotlight, then Earth would generally be all illuminated kind of evenly, or more or less evenly. Evenly enough that it would break the night-day cycle and break their theory. So naturally, we have to call the sun a spotlight now, so it works for their theory. Okay, that's not how light works, but sure. The apparent view of rising and setting are caused by perspective, just as a flock of birds overhead will descend into the horizon as they fly into the distance. Just as? Do you realize that birds descend into the horizon for the same reason that the sun seems to set, right? It's because that's both because of global shaping. Because if something goes far enough away from you, it will sink into the distance if you have a line of sight on it. I like how they're like, well, it works this way, just like that. And it's like both of those things work the way that you're not saying it works. So that's not really an example. That's not really an example. Together with the moon, the sun rotates around a mysterious central point of rotation. Mysterious. Mysterious. Like these people's brains are mysterious, I suppose. So wait, you didn't even explain it? You can't even explain it? You can't even bullshit that one? You're just going to say mysterious central point of rotation? Ooh, it's magic. Where does this central point of rotation come from that you supposedly are saying exists? Like what? Okay, what about the moon? What do you have to say about the moon?
The moon.
No. Okay, let's read everybody's comments while it fills in. The sun is the star at the center of the solar system. Is nearly perfect sphere of hot plasma. Heat and consists by nuclear fusion reactions in its core. Radiating the energy mainly is light and infrared radiation. Is by far the most important source of energy for life on Earth. Yep. While some planets can have no rotation and always face or another space objects like a next door planet, the day and night is pretty hard to explain. The thing is, though, with the globe, it's pretty easy to explain why there can be lightness and darkness in a place at the same time. Because of the shape of the globe, exactly half of that globe will receive quite a bit of light, while the other exact half will receive quite a bit of darkness because the other side's receiving the light. There's going to be a little bit of variation at the divide line, sure, but it's going to be a little, That's why also, there are weirdnesses that can happen. For instance, there's places in northern Canada, for instance, that there are periods of the year where they never get sun. It's literally dark all the time. I think parts of Europe do that too. And that's because of the pole location. But even so, there's still a strict night and day transition, even for those areas. It's just they don't get as many days, effectively. So anyways, about the moon. The moon is a revolving sphere. It has a diameter of 32 miles and is located approximately 3,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. Actually, what is the distance? Hold on. What is the actual distance of the sun and moon from the Earth? I'm going back to the sun for a second. I want to look at those measurements they gave.
The sun.
Yeah.
This.
No, I don't. Space. Thank you. So they're both... Okay, so that's interesting. Both the sun, according to the flat Earth theory, the sun and the moon...
The moon.
Yep. The sun and... Wait. The sun and the moon have the same description for the second sentence. Is that a mistype on their part, or is that just how the flat earthers think? For both the sun and the moon, according to flat earth theory, they are both 32 miles in diameter. Pretty sure they're not the same diameter. And they're both located 3,000 miles above the Earth. According to either flat earth theory or these people's inability to copy, paste, and change the data correctly. I can't tell which. So how far is the sun and moon actually from Earth? Because 3,000 miles doesn't seem very far. Yeah, okay, so the sun is 864,000 miles away. No, that's the diameter. Never mind. Holy shit. Wait a minute. I just realized how fucking ridiculous these diameters are. Like, I was just trying to think mainly about the distance these things were from Earth according to what they were. But now that I look at it again, I'm like doing a double take. Yeah, like these are way too fucking small. And way too fucking close. What the hell? Okay, anyways. Above the surface of the Earth, the moon is thought to be spherical due to a slight rocking back and forth over its monthly cycle. It's thought to be spherical because it wobbles? Okay, look, even a flat object can wobble. Like, what does that disprove or prove about the flat Earth? Like, I don't... What's that logic? What is that logic? Okay. In fact, a flat object, like a frisbee-shaped object, is more prone to wobbling than a sphere. A sphere is actually a very stable object and won't wobble nearly as much. The moon does not emit light by itself. It is lit by the sun. It moves from 3,000 miles to 2,000 miles over the duration of a month, thus causing the lunar cycle we observe as new moon, half moon, and full moon. It is still debated by many of the planar astronomers. Planar astronomers? That's an interesting term. If the moon has a surface sufficient for anyone to stand upon it. Hold on. It is still debated by many of the planar astronomers, which I guess planar astronomers are flat Earth astronomers, and they wanted a cool name for themselves. So it's debated if the moon has a surface sufficient for anyone to stand upon it. Let's verify this. Let's stick with that for a second. So they're not sure if the moon is big enough for people to stand on. It also has a diameter of 32 miles. Last time I checked, people are smaller than 32 miles wide. So I'm pretty sure you could stand on it. Parallax theorized that the moon might not be as real as it seems. I can't get over the fact that the guy who proposed the flat Earth theory is named Parallax. So whenever his name is coming up here, I'm just thinking parallax scrolling. So, you know, video game programming feature function. Parallax theorized that the moon might not be as real as it seems. Oh, okay. For example, can a strong unnatural glow around its edges be observed by anyone with a telescope or camera with sufficient zoom capabilities? I don't know. Was that a question? You ended with a period. Can a smaller natural glow around its edges be observed by anyone with a telescope? Yeah, okay. They're talking about the what do they call that? If you're looking at a planetary object, there can sometimes be a ring of light around the object. I believe that is just sort of a glare, but I can't remember. There's a word for it. But I know what they're talking about. I guess they have a problem with that. Some citizen scholars investigating this interesting natural phenomena also agree that the moon is either a projection or an atmospheric reflection of a body closely orbiting the rim of the Terran plane. Oh, planar astronomers, because Earth is a plane to flat earthers. That's why they're called planar astronomers. Okay, I get it now. Oh. Blessed is the man who finds wisdom, the man who gains understanding, for she is more precious than rubies. The man is a she now. Okay. I mean, I won't. 3301. Why did I get a code? The other one did not give me a code, if I recall. Okay, sure. 3301. I'll keep track of that by typing it in the chat for everybody else. Proverbs, huh? Alright. What does this have to do with this? Oh, just because it's... Oh, she is more precious than rubies. Wisdom is given a female gender in this example. This kind of threw me off for some reason. I would just call it. It's wisdom. But okay, let's call it she. Why not? I guess it doesn't matter. Bible's weird too. Wait, cicada? Oh, was the first clue a cicada? Cicada. Wait, was there the word cicada? It's a fake reference to Cicada 3301. Is that a thing, or is that just what we're combining? A nickname given to an organization that on 3 occasions has posed a set of puzzles to recruit code breakers for the public. The first internet puzzle started on January 4th, 2012 on 4chan and ran for nearly a month. Did anybody keep track of... Was there a secret on the first clue we got? Did anybody notice anything? I didn't notice a code on that one, but hold on. Let me look back by footage. I'll tell you guys what I had there. If anything. I'm assuming there was something, but I don't know. Hold on a minute. I don't know. It was just an eyeball and a lot of light around the eyeball, and it was just God's eye, I think. I don't know. I don't know if we're trying to... This is an ARG. I found a kind of a tell-all article. I'll let you cover that after I'm done reading all the bullshit, okay? It is still debated by many... Okay, so they don't think the moon exists because it has a lens flare. Because if an object has a lens flare, that indicates it's a phantom, I guess. But for the model of the monopole flat Earth, monopole. Well, I guess it would be a monopole at that point. The question of the moon's solidity is not relevant. In 1969, the moon was the setting of a fictional worldwide television broadcast in which the United States of America, more specifically NASA, claimed to have landed on the moon. The hoax was discovered by independent researchers, but many of them have since been silenced by NASA agents or pressured into publicly stating that they were wrong. I'm sure. Yes, I knew it was always like that's the inception of the flat Earth theory, right? The moon landing was a hoax. Actually, that's not even just a flat Earth theory. A lot of people like to throw that conspiracy out there for different reasons. Faked moon landing. That's a classic right there. Classic example of human stupidity. Glad to see it's still alive and well. Because yeah, in 1969 they could totally fake all that shit, right? Seriously, that year especially, like that time period especially, they did not have special effects up to the task for that, even if you wanted to believe that. I didn't even need Mythbusters to prove it correct, but I mean, yeah, fair. If this game wants to be an ARG, I'm not sure. Selena said it's not though, so. Next clue is 666. All right, let's click more things though. The Antarctic Ice Wall. Oh, yes, please tell me about what the fuck happened to Antarctica. I'm kind of curious.
The Antarctic Ice Wall.
Of course, I won't let you tell me. I just want to read it. Can I not? I can't. By the way, this text, I can't speed it up. It just goes at the speed. Why would that have anything to pertain to the flat Earth theory? The moon landing? I think that when it comes to any situation where people are leaving the planet... Oh, thank you, Ripson. I think when anything comes up... I think when there's anything that involves humanity leaving the planet, you know, anything involving astroneers, anything about leaving the planet or whatever, that's something that they get defensive about because that's something that proves the Earth is a globe. Because anytime you leave Earth, you're going to be observing the Earth's a globe. So anything that involves leaving the Earth is something they're probably going to fight. Not necessarily saying that all things leaving the Earth is going to be something they fight, but it's something they get defensive about, you know? So, let's read about the Antarctic Ice Wall. I think it's... Oh, good. It scrolls to the bottom every time it makes a new line. That's cute. Look at that. Oh, that's great. Are you done? Cool. All right, let me go to read now. At the outer edge of the world, we find the Antarctic Ice Wall. The wall has been first discovered in 1841 by the British explorer James Clark Ross, when he circumnavigated the edge of known Earth, though he thought to be at the southern pole because he simply followed the magnetic field which develops outward from the center. The ice wall is along most of its length 150 meters high, and by the description of Ross, an impenetrable shield of ice, snow, and rock. Impenetrable? Okay. Several expeditions tried to reach the presumed South Pole until the Norwegian Roland Amundsen staged a successful reach of the South Pole, one of the few places where the ice wall could be accessed. Alright. Beyond the ice wall, the falls of... Wait, are they okay with there being a South Pole? Because if there's a South Pole, there's not a flat Earth. Okay, let's see what they're going to say about this. Beyond the ice wall falls a mountain range up to 2,000 meters high. Beyond that, the theories vary. Some predict that there is a rim. Others theorize that the world stretches indefinitely. Today, some selected few ships can visit the outer border of the equator rim. It gets sold as the southern tip of the Earth, but evidence suggests it is only the furthest from the center. If the Arctic ice wall is the outer point of the world, it cannot be clearly determined through the fact that no one has ever crossed the mountain range to our knowledge. The extent of the terrain plain cannot be reasonably determined. Okay, why is this so impassable, though? Yes, it's actually very dangerous to even fly aircraft at Antarctica. You have to do it at certain times of the year. You can only do it at certain points of summer. Otherwise, it's way too dangerous. But impenetrable with modern technology? No. If this was actually an ice wall, somebody would be able to fucking take a photograph of the edge at some point, because people can climb Mount Everest. People can get to the edge of the fucking Antarctic ice walls, they're presumably saying it exists. Also, I like how they're just okay with there being a South Pole, even though there's literally no way for a South Pole to exist, because as they said earlier, there could only be one pole. There could only be one pole for a flat object that would be in the center. So how are they okay with a South Pole? Well, okay, they said several expeditions tried to reach the presumed South Pole. I get it. That was, sarcastic. Oh, the presumed South Pole. Here they said, though they thought to be a southern... Yeah, I don't know. South Pole is the rim. I mean, it's not really a pole at that point, but... Yeah, this is, I'm sorry, this is just entirely nonsense. I can't really make fun of it because it's self-nonsense. It's good fan fiction, though. I appreciate it. I'm glad I'm reading a pretty good fan fiction here, but as I read about Antarctic Ice Wall. An impenetrable mountain range that is 2 kilometers high. Wait a minute. Mount Everest heights. 2,000 meters high. 2,000... Wait, let me click it again. Oh, great, I have to read through it again.
Antarctic Ice Wall.
So, wait. Did it say meters or did it say kilometers? This is very important, actually. I'm about to say something, but hold on. Did it say kilometers or did it say meters? I mean, we'll eventually see when it scrolls as slow text, but... 150 meters high. 150 meters high at most of its length. Without looking it up, does anybody know the height of Mount Everest? If you're looking it up, don't say anything. I want to see if anybody's smart. Let's see what people can guess. Beyond the ice wall falls a mountain range up to 2,000 meters high. So there it is. So the ice wall itself, 150 meters. Ice wall, and then mountain range that is apparently impassable, right? 2,000 meters high. Do you know the height of Mount Everest? No? It's okay. I'll tell you. This impenetrable height of 2,000 meters for this Antarctic ice wall is just a little bit shorter than the 8,848 meters that Mount Everest is, guys. which people have climbed, of course. It is less than 1/4 the height of Mount Everest, what they are theorizing. And yet, for some reason, this is impassable. There's a ton of mountains that are 2,000 meters high that people live on and cross. This is hardly impassable. Location be damned, it's hardly impassable. Wow. Okay, moving on. Mount Everest doesn't even exist in flat Earth. I'm sorry, was it too heavy? Did it, like, make it wobble too much? That's what this. The Summer Gate. The Summer Gate. The fuck is the Summer Gate? I'm gonna eat a pastry as this fills in. Sounds like something for Lord of the Rings. Is this where Frodo and the elves went? On the boat that they went on? There's a boat there. I mean, it sounds like a high fantasy name. Alright, let's see. Infinite land beyond the ice wall, that's a flat earth. Is that like a flat earth sub-theory or something? So it's like a video game where you like clip out of the map and then you're just stuck on a flat field that just goes on forever. It's like if you no clip, basically. Either there's going to be a void or there's going to be infinite flat plane, depending on the game. Alright, so let's read this over now that it's done filling in. The Summer Gate. Okay, let's talk about what the hell this is. In this model, the Terran plane is represented as a solid disk with an end and a start. However, this is not the only model. In a sense of fairness, we like to mention the infinite Earth theory. Ah, this is what you guys are talking about. It states that the Terran plane is not finite and that beyond the ice wall, other lands exist. Wait, this is not... The most popular of these theories is the Summer Gate theory. It states that the ice wall just near New Zealand melts during the summer. And leaves passage open to another ring of continents on the Terran plane. The continents are lit by another soul called Bol, or also Nemesis. Oh god, he's going to kill us? The transfer will only be possible during summer, so long as Bol and Sol are near each other. So later during a short trip, a trip may traverse the gate and re-emerge in the light of Bol on the other side. Okay, this is high fantasy then. This is actually a high fantasy, like, fiction, like, synopsis. Traveling to this gate is near impossible. While no one can traverse along the Arctic Ice Wall without with the approval of the UN, no expedition is allowed near the supposed Summer Gate location. This gives the theory credibility and makes one question: if the Summer Gate is real and what might lie beyond its path. Some theorize the mystical places of Atlantis and Hyperborea, which I've never heard of, or many of the other lost continents of history are just behind the Arctic Ice Wall. Why would they be? Did they drift over there? Like, what? How? If we knew about them in the first place, then why would they be over there? Also, wait a minute, hold on. So the UN doesn't allow any expedition near the Summer Gate location, which is near New Zealand. Hold on, I want to know more. Are they making up that the UN doesn't let them go there, or is there like a military base there or something? Like, what? Ice wall just near New Zealand. Hold on. I need to know why the UN doesn't let people there. I need to know if that's true or false and what the actual reason is. Hold on. Sign on New Zealand beach proclaims the Earth is flat. That's not what I'm looking for. Also, Kotoka.com apparently said, I cannot tell if Flat Earth Simulator is real or a prank. So yeah, they're having trouble too. I can't find... Granted, it's hard to find information on fucking conspiracies. At least clear information. But apparently... I wonder if there is... Now, see, there's always a nugget in truth and always the most absurd things. And the nugget of truth here might be the fact that maybe there is. Maybe near New Zealand is an area that is, like, sectioned off from civilian access because of a military reason. Maybe it's near a testing site or something. Maybe they're testing, submarines or something out there. I don't know. I'm not sure, because I'm not sure how to look it up. This is really... weird stuff. But I wouldn't be surprised if there is some sort of like geographical like ban, like, you know, you can't pull your ship in here. This is government territory. And then somebody's like, oh, I bet there's a secret passageway to the other realms from where they're blocking us off, and that's why they're doing it. It's like, no, we're just testing nukes. Okay, it's magic! It's like, no, it's nukes. It's like... Alright, so what do we got here? He said to them, then render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's, and to idiots the things that are idiots. What is this? What is this complete gobbledygook of a link right here? I'm kind of scared to type that in, but I probably should for completion's sake. This is a review. Tell you what, I'll double check the link first. What is? I don't even know what this is sending me. What is this? This is just nonsense. This is just word salad. It's probably harmless, honestly. But it is like a terrible link. Holy shit. Could you not Tiny Earl this at least? Tiny Earl could really shorten this down a little bit. Thanks for making me type it in, though. I really appreciate it. Okay, what is this? What the fuck is this? I found this in my book bag, and I think it's a leak. Reddit. Wait, hold on. So somebody on Reddit, 9 months ago, posted this exact same... No, it's a different link. It's a different link, but it still starts with the absolutely bizarre structure that you see here. The OAS, DDD, fabbebble.jvt. The Jajo. It has all that, too. Does anyone know how to crack this? It's Rot 19. Oh, you guys, you said not Rot 19. Wait, what? Rot 7. Is this a joke? Is a shift cipher as a non-alphanumeric characters remain the same, only the numbers / letters have changed. So it's a cipher. It's not a fucking Earl. Okay. So what's it say? I found somebody else trying to solve it. I don't... It is a cipher, apparently. A letter swap. Well, here, I'll give it to you guys. It's not actually a link, it's a cipher. There it is if you want to mess with it. Hell if I know what it says. Yeah, feel free to take it. I'm going to move on. Let's see what else we got here. Wow, how did I already spend an hour on this? Holy shit. What are these clues even... What are these clues doing? Are they trying to send me to a flat earther woke site or something, if I figured them out? Okay, well, let's read the next one. The atmoplane. The atmoplane? The atmoplane, or atmolayer, is a series of layers of gases above the inhabited part of the Earth. Okay, so the atmosphere... Oh, I see. Can't call it the atmosphere because you don't like spheres, so that word's a bad word, so you have to call it the atmoplane. If the Earth is finite as shown in this model, the atmoplane gets thinner and less dense towards the edges, where the Arctic ice wall stops the atmoplane to flow off the edge. Okay. If the infinite Earth hypothesis is true, the Abba plane would possibly extend as infinite as Earth does. The Abba plane is separated by the following layers. The tropo layer, where most of the regular aircraft travel, up to 11 miles. The strato layer, the highest ever reached layer by humans that can be reasonably confirmed, up to 30 miles. The extent of the mesolayer and Lona layer are still debated. Their existence is assumed by the phenomenon of meteors and polar lights. You know what? Okay, I don't really care about their little sub-theory about how the atmosphere works when it's not a sphere. What I'm noting out of this is the stratosphere is the highest reached layer by humans. The extent of other layers above that are debated, but existence is assumed by a phenomenon like meteors and polar lights. This is stating that, in their theory, nobody's actually ever left Earth. So it seems that flat earthers also believe that all astronomy doesn't exist, like outside of the. Basically, there's never actually been astronauts, is what they're thinking. There's nobody's left Earth. Apparently, a satellite's okay. They can send objects up, but not people. Because, you know, if a satellite's taking a photo and something, and it's like, oh, well, that's a hoax. You know, that's a hoax. It's done by technology, and they're monitoring it. But if a person went up in space and said, hey, it's a globe, they'd be like, oh, shit. So, you know, people aren't allowed up there. If the people that were said they've gone to space, well, they must be all, you know, part of the conspiracy. They're all just, you know, just told to say that they're just paid actors, basically. That's the logic here. The logic here is that nobody's actually left Earth. Okay, I like how there's multiple layers I'm learning about how stupid this flat earthers are, and I thought flat earthers were pretty dumb before this. Okay, you know what? I'm going to be a slightly PC here. Flat earthers aren't dumb. What they believe in is. Hopefully they are not dumb themselves beyond that, but you never know. I'm not going to make assumptions, though. So let's go to space programs. Yeah, let's
Space programs.
Sure. This will probably go into detail what I just talked about. Don't click that. I guess. Yeah. By the way, if you type anything into Twitch with a dot, it'll assume it's a link. So rb.gy/ is the other thing on it. Okay. I mean, have fun figuring out ciphers. At least you get some fun out of this, I suppose. Yeah, it would be better if I knew the reward was something beyond you get to go to a secret flat earther site. All right, space programs. In the 1950s, during the Cold War, the two opposing blocks of the totalitarian USSR and the free world under leadership of the United States. American, fuck yeah. Why is it always under leadership? Under leadership of the United States. It's just so fucking rude to the other countries. I actually really don't like that. Yeah, fuck Canada, fuck yeah, fucking, you know, United States led this. It's like, okay, cool, thanks. But let's see here. So, and the free world under leadership of the United States started the competition of the supposed space race. The supposed space race. Why space and its supposed conquest was so important was explained by a Senate Majority Leader and later President Lyndon B. Johnson. Control of space means control of the world. The position of control of the Earth lies somewhere in outer space. Did he actually say that? Did Lyndon B. Johnson just turn into like a megalomaniac villain and go like, I will control the world with space in my control? Or something. I don't... maybe he actually said that. It sounds like a dramatic statement a president might say, but I don't... That's a weird statement. Total control over the Earth equals space? I don't know. It just doesn't sound like something I expect somebody to say on a political platform, because I feel like all the other countries would be like, what are you saying? What's this about total control of the Earth? This sounds like such an evil thing to say. What the fuck? Maybe he actually said it. I don't really know Lyndon B. Johnson's speeches too well, but you guys can look that statement up yourselves. Anyways, okay, he won't shut up, and every time the line breaks, it scrolls it down, so I'm just going to wait a minute. I'll look it up? Yeah, go ahead and look it up. Control of space means... You know, I'll do it. I'll look up the exact quote, because it seems to be quoted, so... Control of space means control of the world. No, that was actually something he said. I would never... That sounds really mean. Why the fuck would you say that? Like, yeah, I get that you're trying to be, like, sticking it to Russia at the time, but, like... Or the USSR. But, like... Control the world? Yes, because I'm sure everybody outside of the USSR is totally fine with America saying such a statement. God damn. What the hell, man? I swear, America's ego sometimes. Anyways, moving on. This statement proves space was seen as an ultimate achievement, primarily on the grounds of propaganda and the evoking of fear of war capabilities. That's true. A few months later, NASA was established. The Soviets, meanwhile, resorted to their first hoaxes with a supposed Sputnik satellite that was in reality just a radio transmission that was broadcast by a high-altitude aircraft, as previously uncovered documents at the end of the USSR in 1990 show. Don't worry about naming them so I can research them or anything. I'm sure they're totally real. However, these documents have since been confiscated by various actors. Oh, that's too bad. How very convenient. Most of the rockets tested since the beginning of the space race have been failures. Some observers see in modern rocket launches nothing more than oversized effects shows that shoot a rocket a few thousand miles in the atmosphere until it's out of sight for most observers, where it deploys its parachutes and drops into the sea or is destroyed. That's an awful lot of work for not actually going to space, if that were true. What was at first just a game of intimidation by posturing with so-called achievements in space travel has developed into a huge financial scam. NASA, a financial scam. Well, granted, they have misused money before, but that's a separate issue. During the 80s into the modern day, where companies pay for satellites that would supposedly be put into orbit for $10,000 per ton of payload. Hereby, not only do satellite manufacturers and NASA profit from the fraud, but also other new players such as SpaceX. Developing countries such as India also participate in the scam. Did we really need to have an Indians are scammers line in here? Why did you fucking bring up India? Fucking hell, man. In a hope, it's just kind of rude. In a hope that the huge sums involved would benefit their economies. A large community of citizen scientists. Hey guys, I'm a citizen doctor. I got a saw, and I could probably amputate your leg if it's bad. I mean, I don't have any training, but I'm a citizen doctor, guys. I'm a citizen doctor. You can trust me. Citizen scientist. A large community of citizen scientists does... You mean do? Really showing that scientific smarts there with the grammar. Does an excellent job in debunking many of the new fantasy space travel images from NASA and other agencies that are simply produced in their movie studios, while the transmission of satellites are just relayed through a global network of radio towers. There is not a flat Earth conspiracy, but a fake space flight cabal. Fake space flight cabal. Cabal. That uses the illusion of space travel to make trillions worldwide. I love this. NASA? Oh, you know, giants financial scammers. All those people doing like crazy like high atmosphere flights and stuff. They're a fucking fucking gang. They're a fucking cabal. They're like the fucking Yakuza. It's like what? I love how much they're smearing the names of legitimate things. That's so fucking vitriol filled. It's just kind of amazing. Citizen fireman, don't worry. I can put out this fire. I may have made it worse, but I know what I'm doing because I'm a citizen fireman. I think they just meant non-government, but awkwardly. No. They wanted to sound important even though they don't actually have any experience. You know. Like, citizen scientist, that makes me think of, alternative medicine scientist or alternative medicine doctor. You know, the people that say use these essential oils. It's much better than what the crap doctors are telling you. I'm an alternative medicine doctor. I know what I'm talking about. That sort of thing. Makes me think of that. Makes me think of the self-labeled, self-important assholes that don't actually know what they're doing. Which, you know, fits pretty well with most conspiracy theorists. At least the ones that don't actually use their brain. So, let's move on. Also, I like how satellites... Wait, actually, no. Okay, I'm not going to let him...
During the Cold War,
I'm not going to let him read this all over. Oh, if I hide it, all the text shows up. That's actually useful. Okay, so, one thing I noticed about this whole thing is that they don't seem to accept... They don't seem to accept not only people going into space, but it looks like they don't even accept satellites. It sounds like... Oh, it's not actually a satellite. They're using a radio tower. It's not a satellite. They don't actually have things in orbit. And that's a little weird to me because if the moon and the sun, according to flat earthers, can orbit around the Earth, the flat Earth, then why the hell can't a satellite orbit around the flat Earth? What is their issue with satellites? By that logic of the sun and moon, a satellite should be able to hover up there too, even by their own logic. So I don't know why they're so anti-satellite. What the fuck, you know? Oh, it's binary. In Peter 2:25, 1 Peter 2:25, for you were straying like sheep, but have now returned to the shepherd and overseers of your souls. Also, I guess this was the last clue. Satellites wouldn't work with a flat Earth, neither would the sun and moon, but hey. And also, it seems there's some binary. I'll type it out for you guys, just to be nice. I don't care to solve this stuff, but if you guys are figuring out anything, I'll see what you guys find in a minute. I got one more thing to read first. There you go. I think I did that right. I'll double check it. No, I didn't, actually. No, wait, no, wait. No, actually, I think... No, it looks good. Looks good. It looks good. Yeah. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. Right. Anyways, I like the thanks for playing. Thanks for having me, Flat Earth Simulator. I can't close this menu. Uh-oh. What have you done? Thank you. I was having trouble closing that. Okay, there's one more. This one. The cover-up. So apparently if I hide it and then bring it back, it fills the full text. That's very convenient. The fake space program of NASA and the Russians. You know Russian... The fake space program of NASA and Sputnik. There, fixed it for you. Made it a little more fucking proper. Is the reason why the weak sphere model has been propagated during the 20th century. The weak sphere... It's weak, apparently. Oh, you know the sphere model? Oh, man, that's such a weak theory, right? Has been propagated during the 20th century. NASA doesn't hide the true shape of the Earth. During their early fakes, they show pictures of the sphere and Earth and are now stuck with it. Wait. NASA doesn't hide the true shape of the Earth. During the early fakes, they show pictures of the sphere and Earth. Oh, so now you've come to the motivations of why is it a conspiracy? Like, why? Okay, so this is why flat earthers think that everybody's trying to convince... Why the governments are trying to convince... So one thing to note about conspiracy theories is always asking, like, well, why would this be a conspiracy? Why would they want to cover this up? So here's the reasoning. You know the reason? Because in one of NASA's earlier fakes, they showed a sphere. And that was one of their earlier fakes, right? And since they showed the sphere, they can't really go back on the word now, or they look like a fucking idiot. So now they're just going to always enforce that it's a sphere. And they also bullied the rest of the American government, as well as other world governments, into doing that too, because they don't want to look. They don't want to look stupid. They want to go like, "Oh, sorry guys, we lied about those earlier images. It's actually flat. Oops. Now we're all embarrassed. We don't want to be embarrassed though. They can't be embarrassed, man. They got the pride at stake, so they got to keep going with the lie." That's literally it. It's literally just. Well, they lied about this in the first place. Oops. They can't just reveal. They look stupid, so they got to keep doing a literal worldwide conspiracy, of course. That is the dumbest reason for conspiracy to exist. This is the logic that flat earthers are using, though. Anyways, they're now stuck with it. No, they aren't. They're not stuck with it. They're... It's almost like maybe another reason exists, and it's not that reason. Maybe it's because it's true or something. By the way, is that a link that you guys just handed me? Outdated BS joke. What's the outdated what is it? What is it? What is it? Hold on. It's literally a Rick roll. Hey, fuck you, man. It's not shitty. Rick Astley's cool. Stop. That's a good song. Stop calling it shitty. Though it is pretty dumb to Rick roll. Wait! They Rick rolled? We found our answer. Let me finish here. And then I'll conclude. So, organizations like the United Nations even show the true shape of the Earth on their flag. Because the UN was founded before NASA, the designer of the flag, took the model of the monopole flat Earth as a representation. Although by the mid-60s, most of those institutions have recognized the hoaxes of the space programs, they continue to support it. The immense sums of money that are invested by governments and corporations in supposed space programs are used to a large extent to pay out the officials and many people who know about the true shape of the Earth, as well as so-called educators on TV. I remind you guys that this big conspiracy where they're paying people off and silencing people is all because NASA's, according to their logic, NASA is embarrassed and they don't want to admit a lie. That's it. In truth, an intricate web of lies have been spun to obstruct the public's clear view on reality. This is so fucking stupid. Also, I'd like to point out, though, that since you guys solved the cipher, so we know the actual answer. This is strangely well put together, but ultimately, this is a parody game. Because what other reason would they have to rickroll you if you focused a bunch? The people solving the ciphers were probably meant to be people that... Think about it this way. The people who truly invest into what this flat earth belief stuff is, which is all stated as they believe it here, the people that would invest into that and believe it are the people that are going to solve that code. The flat earthers. The flat earth believers. So the people who are going to solve the code are the people who are really into the theory, who are really into believing it. So the designers rickrolled the people who are believing this stuff. So that's, in other words, why I'm pretty damn sure at this point that this is a parody. Because they were rickrolling the people who are most intensely invested into this. Or just a group of weirdos like us who could work together and easily solve stuff like this. Also, good work, guys. I would not have figured out the answer to my question without you guys. I have to wonder, though. Kotaku did an article on this game. I cannot tell if Flat Earth Simulator is real or a prank. Does that mean they didn't solve this puzzle? Yeah, thanks, Zachary. And others that helped out, too. I'm quickly skimming this article. They did figure it out? I think that makes an open and shut case, honestly, for me. Why would they add that in if this was serious? But also, that is a pretty goddamn old joke. What the fuck? Like, there's a lot of work put into this. Strangely enough. I mean, not a fuck ton of work, but certainly some work. All the same. They clearly put together the actual things that Flat Earthers believe and made sure the information they provided was correct. I'm not going to call that facts. It's the wrong word. I'm just so confused. Actually, it seems like a Kotaku guy really dug into this. Kudos, honestly. Yeah, this is not, obviously, as the Kotaku article guy said, don't buy this, but I don't think I need to tell you guys that. I got this key for free, so there was no harm done here. It seems to be a game that's about $5. It's like $5. Which is $5 too many, but you know. The only way I could see this being entertaining is if it's free and you just pop into it and laugh at it for a bit and then you close it and uninstall it. But yeah, I guess that we solve the content, I suppose. What the fuck, man? This is one hell of a weird way of doing a parody, though. Because like they did what I thought they did. They made a company that sounded like, oh, the Truth Seekers, ooh. And then they like put this all together in a very straight-faced sort of way, but then they rickroll you right at the end. They put a lot of effort into making this seem convincing, or like at least convincing in the sense that somebody who believed in this made this, but no, not in fact they didn't. Wow, Hold on. Let me just... Better. Bloom. That was Flat Earth Simulator. I don't know. Well, like, okay, I kind of like flummoxed about this one because, like, fair enough that you're parodying, but you're still taking people's money for this, and I don't really think that's worth doing. Unless you really wanted to learn about the Flat Earth Society, like, as a cautionary learning experience or something, like, now you know what to avoid or something. Speen. Speen! That was Flat Earth Similar. What a complete waste of time and money, but yeah, that's really the biggest description I can give it, huh? Well, it was fun to explain why Flat Earth is stupid with you guys, so that was the least entertaining for me, but aside from that, there's absolutely no value to this game. That was Flat Earth Simulator.